Hello everyone, welcome to Pratibha Tech. In this video, we will solve the problem of the day question on Geeks for Geeks for 27th March 2023. The problem statement for today is divide in incremental groups. This problem is based on mathematical operations and dynamic programming, and this has been asked in Expedia interview. Let's now open this problem to solve it. Here, let's go through and understand the given problem statement. The given problem statement says, given two integers n and k, the task is to count the number of ways to divide n into k groups of positive integers such that their sum is n and number of the elements in the group follows a non-decreasing order. That is group of I is less than or equal to group of I plus 1. Okay, so here it is said that we will be given with two integers n and k, and we have to divide that n integers into some groups, k such groups, so that the sum of each group is equal to n only, and all the elements in the group should follow the non-decreasing order pattern. Okay, so let's go through the first example. So here input is equal to 8, that means n is equal to 8 and k is equal to 4. So here the output is 5. Okay, k groups. See, actually here also the explanation given, the problem statement is given here, that is not that appropriate, not that clear. So here what it is here saying here is we need to divide n into k groups, but here the number of groups we are getting is 5, and in the input k is given as 4. So it is not exactly dividing into k groups, it is dividing into groups of k positive integers. That means the size of each group should be k. It is not that we have to divide in k groups. I hope this point is very clear. This is not explained in this problem statement clearly, but when we look at this example, then this point becomes clear, that we do not have to divide n into k groups, rather we need to divide n into groups of at max at most k integers, and we have to count how many such groups are there. Okay, so for example, for this example where n is equal to 8 and k is equal to 4, the total 5 groups we are getting. So there are 5 groups such that the sum is 8, and the number of the positive integers in each group is 4. So I hope now it is very clear that k is the size of each group, not the number of group which you have to return. So here the 5 groups are 1 1 1 5 and 1 1 2 4, 1 1 3 3, 1 2 2 3, 2 2 2 2. Okay, so if you do summation of all the numbers in each group, it will be equal to 8 only. So this was the first example. If you go to the second example, here n is equal to 4 and k is equal to 3. So here output is only 1, that means only one group is possible. So the possible group is 1 1 2 only. Hence the case is 1 in this case. See, here it is set in non-decreasing order so that we do not take the duplicates of it. Suppose if you take it as 1 2 1, so that will also give 4, and that case size will be 3 only. But here that pattern of non-decreasing order, that will be broken. So here it should be in ascending order only, so that the only reason is that we can avoid the duplicates or duplicate combinations for taking the groups. I hope this is clear. So to solve this problem, we will be using dynamic programming. So now let's understand that how we approached, how we came to this 5 number for this example. 8 n is equal to 4 and k is equal to n is equal to 8 and k is equal to 4. How we have got this 5 output? So that we'll see through this one. So for that, so what we'll do, so since we will be using dynamic programming, so this will be the final dynamic programming, that 2D array that will be created for this problem. So I'll explain it, that what it indicates or what does it mean. So here if you see, it will be starting from 0 row 0 column, and it is going up to 8. That means the number of elements is 8, and the number of that means the size of each group is 4. So 8 number of rows there, and the size of each group that we are taking it as columns. So it will be from 0 to 4 and it will be 0 to 8. I hope this is clear. So now what does it indicate? So the way I just said that the row will be indicating the number of size. That means the input n, the given input n. Suppose if n is equal to 1, if n is 1 and k is also 1, that means we have to find number of groups where 1 can be divided into groups of size 1 only. So only one option is there, that is 1. I hope this is clear, that n is equal to 1, that means we have to find groups such that the size is also 1. For 1, to get the size of 1, we have only one option, that is 1. For second, that means when n is equal to 2 here, when n is equal to 2 here, okay, then to get the size, to get the groups of size 1, we have one option, that is 2 only. See, because ultimately we have to reach to the summation of n only. So, and now we have the n is given as 2, and now we have different combinations. So if you're taking the size of group as 1 only, then we have option of 2 only. If we are taking for n is equal to 2, the size is also equal to 2. That means the group should be in such a way, that means if you add all those elements, then it should be equal to n. So since the group size is here 1, no, sorry, the group size is here 2. So here, then the possible outcome we get is 1 and 1. So if you add these two, then it will give us 2, and the size is 2. Let's go through the next pattern. Here n will be equal to 3, and these are again indicating the same, the groups of size 1, 2 and 3 respectively. So if you consider that how many such groups are possible where the sum of the numbers in that group is equal to n with 1, that means where the group size is 1. So for getting 3 with the group size of 1, we have only one option, that is 3 only. For getting 3 with group size equal to 2, we have one option, that is 1 and 2. For getting 3 with group size equal to 3, we are again have one option, that is 1, 1, 1. I hope this is clear. We'll see one more. We'll see for n is equal to 4. Here we have to reach to 4. We have 4 different combinations. That means size is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. So for getting n, that means for getting 4 with group size is equal to 1, we have only one option, that is 4. For getting 4 with group size is equal to 2, now we have two options. That is 1, 3 and 2, 2. I hope this is clear. Then for getting 4 with group size equal to 3, we have only one option, that is 1, 1, 2. For getting 4 with group size 4, only one option, 1, 1, 1, 1. I hope this is clear. So similarly that we will calculate. So now we are taking for this one. This one. For getting 7 with group size equal to 3. For getting 7 with group size equal to 3. What all options we have? 1, 1, 5, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 3 and 2, 2, 3. If you add all of these in the individual group, then all will sum up to 7 only. 1 plus 1 plus 5 is equal to 7, 1 plus 2 plus 4 is equal to 7, 1 plus 3 plus 3 is equal to 7, and similarly 2 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 7. Similarly, for getting 8 with the group size equal to 4, we have this option. Here it will be 1, 1, 1, 5, 1, 1, 2, 4, 1, 1, 3, 3 and 1, 2, 2, 3. Okay, and this one last one is 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, so these are the 5 options for getting n is equal to for getting 8 with array size as 4. That means the group size of 4. So if you add all of these, you will get 8 only. So how we got this? This last one, see the reason why I have written these two, because if I take, right now I am computing this, and the previous one is for computation for this. So if you see in the previous one, that means diagonally opposite one, previous one, when the size was restricted to 3 there, when the size incremented by 1, that means here we move to next column where the size incremented by 1 and the value also incremented by 1, then what we had to do? We had just had to add one element in each of these. So if to 115 we add 1 extra, in 124 we add 1 extra, 133 we add 1 extra, 223 we add 1 extra, and this was the one thing. And another, we got one new option, we new option of 2222. I hope this is clear. So somehow we are getting this output using the previous solution. We are getting this 8 is equal to n is equal to 8 and k is equal to 4 using k n is equal to 7 and k is equal to 3. So something we are doing here, size also incrementing by 1, value is also incrementing by 1. So simple option, just add 1 in each of these. So it will give you the size also will increment by 1 and value also will increment by 1. So the number of computation which we did for previous one to that, so that many is definitely will be there, and plus something extra. That's why we have taken this 4 plus 1 extra. That means another combination whatever we have. I hope this is clear. So this is the basic fundamentals of dynamic programming only. That means we use the results of the sub problems in the previous steps to compute the result of the current step. I hope this example is clear, that how we got for n is equal to 8 and k is equal to 4, how we got the output as 5. Okay, so so I'll just step so let's solve this problem by using that code, same thing. So instead of typing, I prepare the solution. I'll explain it line by line here. See, I've tried giving, like previous solutions, I've tried giving comments in each line so that it becomes self-explanatory. So here what we do, what this problem says, as we have discussed, it will be using dynamic programming to solve this. It uses a 2D matrix dp of n plus 1 and k plus 1 to store the number of ways to divide n elements into group at size of size at max k. So for that reason we have initialized this one. The algorithm will iterate over the possible values of I that will be 1 to n, and j it will be 1 to k, and fills the dp array accordingly. The logic for each cell, that means dp of ij, is as I am going to explain. So here first we are taking first scenario. If I less than j, it is not possible to divide I into groups of size j or greater. Hence, the value of dp of ij is set to 0. If I is less than j, suppose I is equal to 2 here and j is equal to 3 here, then by no means we can divide 2 into any group of size 3. See, the best possible, that means the longest possible way is that each group, in a group, each element should be 1 1 1 1. As I have explained it here. See, if you see this diagonal, when it was 4, n was 4 and k was also 4. So in worst case, that means for this one, what is that? The option we have. What option we have? We have the option we have to populate all the group element by 1 only. The minimum integer, the positive integer value, that is 1. So that is the best possible way. Okay. So if we are taking this, that means if I itself is less than j, that means I is here 2 and j is equal to 3, that means we are trying to break 2 into group size of 3, which is not possible. There we have to see, if we try to break 2 into group size of 3, so it will be, the option will be 0, 1, 1. And here we have to take the number of positive integers. Not 0 is not included. That's why that is not possible. That's why we are setting it to 0. When j is equal to 1, so for the next scenario, when j is equal to 1, there is only one way to divide I elements into single group of size I. Sorry, single group of size j. Hence the value of dp of ij is set to 1. If j is equal to 1, that means now we are restricting that the size of each group should be 1 only. Then what is the option? The option is that populate that array and populate the dynamic array with the value of I itself. Let's go back to this example again. So here, if you are seeing this option, what will be the value here? Value here, it will be 8 only. Here, to get 8 with the group size of 1, we have only one option, that is 8. To get 8 with group size of 2, we have so many options, that are 4 options are there. But when j is equal to 1, that means group size is 1, then the only option is that populate that dp array with I only. That means the value will be the value of I only. I hope this is clear. So that the same case is there in this entire thing. When the group size is 1 only, when the group size is 1, so see, all these elements are the row number itself. I hope this is clear. So this is the second example. In the third example, which we saw here, that means how we reach to 8 and 4, n is equal to 8 and k is equal to 4. For this, if I is greater than or equal to j, sorry, when I is greater than or equal to j and j is greater than 1, then there are two ways to divide I into elements of, there were two ways to divide divide I elements into group size of j or less. I hope this is clear. When both these conditions are not correct, then we are left with only choice that I is greater than or equal to j and j is greater than 1. So there are two ways to divide I elements into group size of j or less. If the first group contains j elements, then the remaining I minus j elements are to be divided into j or less groups. Hence the number of ways to do it, dp of I minus j and j. I hope this first scenario is clear. The next scenario, if the first group contains less than j elements, then the remaining elements are to be divided into j minus 1 or less groups. Hence the number of ways to do it is dp of I minus 1 and j minus 1. So here we are taking two scenarios, when the group size is j only and group size is less than j only. So if the group size is j only, then the remaining elements, that means first group size is 4 only, but here number of elements are 8. So the remaining I minus j, that means 8 minus 4, remaining 4 elements are to be divided into 4 or less groups. So the number of ways to do it is dp of I minus j and j, that means dp of 8 minus 4 and 4, that is dp of 4 and 4. I hope this is clear. Second one, if the group size is less than j, then the remaining elements are to be divided into j minus 1 or less groups, and the number of ways to do this is, that means whatever we have got in previous step, that means dp of I minus 1 and j minus 1. So if you look at this, dp of I minus 1 and j minus 1 for n is equal to 8 in the last iteration, n is equal to 8 and k is equal to 4 in last iteration. So we will get here 8 minus 1 is equal to 7 and j minus 1 is equal to 3. So that only we have taken here. Whatever value we have got in this one, 7 and 3, n is equal to 7 and k is equal to 3, to that we are adding something extra, other combinations whatever we have. So that size plus something extra. And what is the something extra? Something extra is the first scenario. if it contains j elements, exactly j elements, that means exactly 4 elements, then we are computing dp of I minus j and j. dp of I minus j, that means dp of 4 and j is also 4, so dp of 4 and 4. So dp of 4 and 4, if you go, so this is the thing here. So for that reason only I calculated till here. So here, if the size is exactly equal to j, that means sorry, the maximum size that is equal to k. So to get dp of I minus j and j, we have to look at this one. So here we are getting each element as 1. So how to get this one? So to each element we have just added 1, and we are getting the desired output, yeah, desired sum as n, that is equal to 8. I hope now it is very clear that how we are getting all these operation. So for this one, we are taking the previous step value and any other combinations whatever we have. So we are seeing that for getting 4, using 4 size, using a group size of 4, we had this option 1 1 1 1. To each of these elements in this group, if you add 1 1 1 1, then we will get this group, which is 2 2 2 2, which will sum up to 8 only. I hope this explanation is clear. So let me try compiling this code. So here we can see we have got the correct output. Let me try submitting this solution. So here we can see we have got all the test cases covered. This problem has been solved successfully. So this was the Java solution of it. The same code we will just try to solve it for C++ as well. The same code is there, only the comments is not added because it is not required to add comments in all the places. So the same thing, only the difference is there, the way we define arrays here. The 2D DP array here, so that is different in case of C++ and Java. So that only here using vector, and there it was using the dynamic, that integer array. That one. Apart from that, all the scenarios are same only. First condition same when I is less than j, second condition is same, j is equal to 1, and else condition when j value will be greater than 1. So the same code without the comment. So this is the C++ solution. Let's try compiling this solution. So here you can see even this is correct. Let's submit C++ solution. So here you can see even this solution is perfectly correct, and this problem has been solved successfully even using different language. Yeah, so talking about the time complexity of the solution, it is in the order of big O of n into k square. This is because we are using a nested loop to fill the DP array. This we are using nested loop for filling the DP array, which takes O of nk time, because here two loops are there. One is going up from 1 to n, another is going from 1 to k. So this will take big O of nk time, and each cell of the table takes O of k time to calculate. Therefore, the overall time complexity is big O of n into k square. Okay, so I think everything is clear about the solution. So I'll provide the link for this question in the description box. Please do check that. That's all in this video. Please like, comment, and share the video, and please subscribe to the channel for more upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.